quickly acknowledging those commissioners who are in attendance. So Commissioner Millen, good morning. Commissioner Haley, good morning. Commissioner Hughes, good morning. Commissioner Baker, good morning. Commissioner Stevenson, good morning. Commissioner Davis, good morning. Commissioner Coles, good morning. Commissioner Curry, extra good morning for you since it's early. Commissioner Parker, good morning. And certainly to our staff as well. Sophie, good morning. And Arusha, good morning. So quickly moving through our agenda. So we will go to approval of last month's business meeting minutes. So commissioners, I hope you all have had a chance to take a look at the minutes. Please, if you haven't, please do so at this time. Let me know if there are any edits that need to be made. And if not, if someone would move for the minutes to be accepted as presented.
So
if no changes needed. All right, thank you so much. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Miller. All those in favor, please say aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, the motion carries and the minutes are accepted as presented. So thank you all. I will keep my comments brief. I already kind of said it. This is our, we got 3 more of these left in today, May, and in June. I will say that I would like for our June business meeting, and I'll give you that date right now, just so you can prepare yourselves accordingly. That would be Monday, June 8th. I would love for that meeting to be in person. We all know that we started this journey in person in the before time. And so I would love to close this story with us just being around each other and just having the opportunity to reflect on this story that we have written over 7 years. And so please, doesn't have to be at this time, but please share if you would be available for an in-person meeting. We can figure out the best place geographically for that to take place. But I will say that is certainly my desire as for us to do such. Yes, Commissioner Davis, I see your hand.
I unfortunately will be unable to attend in person. I was accepted to the AASLH History Leadership Institute in Minneapolis, and I'll be there for 2 weeks. So as much as I would have desired to meet everyone in person, unfortunately, I'll be out of the country. Well, out of town, not out of the country.
That's fair. No, and congratulations, most importantly. And that's a great excuse. So you're good.
Thank you.
No worries, no worries. And again, it's reasonable, right? We certainly want as many of us to be together as possible, but we know we have our conflicting obligations. So just let me know. But again, just putting it out there that I would love our last business meeting in June to be in person. So those are my comments. And so I will make space for any commissioners that want to do a soul check at this time. If there's anything that you would like to share, please feel free to do so. We could have a post party at Riversdale. Commissioner Davis, is that cool? Hands up means yes.
I would love that. Either that or I would have to do like 17 separate lunches with everybody.
No,
I'm always looking for a reason to gather.
Exactly. So no, absolutely. Definitely would love for us to celebrate in some form or fashion, however that looks, to best be inclusive of everyone. I think we can give ourselves that opportunity to truly, again, celebrate this incredible work that we did together over these several years, and hopefully bring some people back who have been a part of this journey as well. That would be wonderful to have that reunion with them. All right, I'm done talking. Any commissioners would like to share anything at this time? All right, hearing none, seeing none, we will move forward with our agenda. To members of the public, those who are in attendance, who have not already introduced themselves, please feel free to do so at this time. Again, we thank you for being a part of this story with us, for holding us accountable, for, again, offering your insight, your resources, your capacity to help us do this to the best that we can. I will give special love, since I see that she wrote in the chat, Dr. Michelle Gavert of Loyola University of Maryland. Yes, I still owe you and Dr. Carey those edits. I'm going to get around to that. But this semester has been busy, I can admit it. But thank you again for all that you have done, and to everyone, a member of the public who has contributed. It's immortalized. It's part of the story, and we are proud to say this is what we've done, and we will stand on that truth. So thank you. Moving forward with our agenda items, committee reports. If there's anything that any committee wants to share, please do so at this time. If not, I get it. We've kind of done our deal. So I know committees are meeting like they used to because y'all have done what y'all needed to do. And again, thank you all for that. So any committee reports? All right. Moving along with our agenda to a new business. So just some recaps on what we have done in terms of legislative advocacy. And so I'll certainly bring in Commissioner Creary and Commissioner Coles, who have been a part of these efforts, among others, to push forth the legislation that we have crafted. I will say the apology, and that was kind of the first step in our advocacy, was the apology by the state for racial terror lynchings. As far as we have been told by our legislative champions, notably Delegate Jenna White-Holland, that was hung up in committee. Apologize for that term. It did not advance beyond committee. We were also told that that is not atypical. So we don't necessarily have to presume that was anything against the content of the legislation, but more so just the nature of the Maryland General Assembly itself. So the next efforts are to reconvene as the session will be ending, I believe, on Wednesday. Is that Sunny Die? Usually it's on a Wednesday, but in any case, session will be ending very shortly. And so there will be time to connect with those legislators who put forth MLTRC related legislation and to think about what the priorities are for next year's session. One of the big accomplishments, and this was shared by Delegate White-Holland, that we did have in terms of our advocacy was speaking with the Legislative Black Caucus. And so, again, I thank Commissioner Creary, Commissioner Coles, and others who attended and shared as a part of that presentation. And she was very certain that that helped a lot and kind of sets the stage for what we can do in 2027. And so we will do just that. We will think about what legislation we want to push forward, certainly the apology being one of them, but what else? And I think that's a very optimistic way of looking at it as opposed to a pessimistic one. What else do we want to push forward in terms of legislation next year? So Commissioner Creary, Commissioner Coles, if there's anything that you'd like to add, please feel free.
No, you pretty much summed it up.
All right, cool. All right. Awesome. So yes, I'm glad that we all had that experience of going through this process of the advocacy, the testifying, and everything in between. And it's certainly, again, not the result that we were looking for, but we will do everything to maintain that momentum. And that kind of leads to the second part of the new business. What does our advocacy look like once the MLTRC has sunsetted? So we will not have this entity after the end of June of this year, but we certainly will represent the various institutions and entities which brought us together for this commission. But I do want us to have a very, at least start the conversation. We don't have to do everything today, but to have the conversation about how do we want to coalesce our efforts moving forward. And certainly, Commissioner Millen, I see you nodding because Maryland Lynching Memorial Project makes a lot of sense to me. But I also want to make space for any other entities that want to be at the forefront of maintaining our advocacy. And just really, I think, a place for us as eventual former commissioners to gather when we want to continue to move our efforts forward. So I will be quiet and just make space for any thoughts on how we'd like to move forward in terms of our work post the MLTRC.
David, you spoke eloquently on behalf of MLMP. So yes, we'd be happy to do whatever others want.
All right, wonderful. That makes sense to me. I didn't want to assume, right? But certainly that makes a lot of sense to me for you all to really kind of take the helm of our advocacy, and I think maybe the question. So I think that part's easy. What does and maybe I'm just overthinking this. What does the integration or we'll say integration for lack of a better word, the integration of the MLTRC's story look like within MLMP? So certainly we know that we've been working pretty much in parallel since the MLTRC has been around. Famously, people would definitely mistake MLMP and MLTRC at the beginning because we were new, y'all were not. But certainly, I think as we wanted to do then, we want to do now, honor we'll say the unique efforts of MLMP versus the unique charges of the MLTRC, because while they are obviously related, both entities are charged with doing different things, and certainly MLMP continues, MLTRC does not. And so that's certainly something that I'm thinking about from no other standpoint, if nothing else, but then just maintaining the history of the MLTRC to some extent. I know that we want this to be represented throughout our institutions. We've certainly uplifted the HBCUs that are represented on the commission. But where else? Where else are we going to tell this particular story? And again, I think MLMP makes a lot of sense, but I do want to make space for how others are thinking their institutions or entities may, again, keep this story moving forward and what that may look like. Commissioner Career, I see your hand.
Yeah, as I'm thinking about this and sort of thinking about, you know, the structures and some of the changes that have been happening with MLMP, perhaps maybe establishing, since we're trying to get the working groups up and going, maybe establish an advocacy and or MLTRC veterans working group or something like that to focus specifically on advocacy issues. Because again, if we're looking at now having to do the advocacy without the charge of the commission, since MLMP is trying to sort of like push its institutionalizing of various things, this might be another opportunity to establish something of a committee, you know, working closely with the board. But here again, it's got you know, it would have a specific mandate to collaborate or coordinate with LBC, with Delegate White Holland and those others who are going to be supporting this work, and to kind of keep that going and sort of maybe formalize it in that way. Again, Amy, that's going to require conversations with the board, but I figured I'd at least, you know, throw that out there to see if also there'd be folks here on the commission who would want to get involved in that.
No, thank you for that, Commissioner Curry. Any other thoughts? And I preface by saying immediate thoughts. So we'll definitely need more time to think about this, but just anything that may immediately come to mind. And I think, Commissioner Creary, to your point, I am thinking primarily about capacity among anything else, and just an entity that can coalesce this, much like the commission coalesce. And that's why, again, MLMP makes so much sense. But then to you, Commissioner Miller in particular, just making sure that the capacity matches what we would like to bring from the MLTRC to MLMP's existing efforts.
Yeah, I mean, MLMP is not going to do it all. It can hold the space, much like the OAG's office has, and create the infrastructure. And of course, I do think there'd be board members and even coalitions that might show up in a different type of way. But I do think it was a space for commissioners who want to continue. And so, you know, possibly too, it's sort of an opt-in for commissioners as the commission is sunsetting. But Nick is exactly right. It would be an established committee and work would be going on just like any of the other committees. And I'm happy to hear that this is a thought out there. My fear has been that June 30th is going to come and it'll be radio silence from this group, from individuals. And if that happens, I don't know, that would be very unfortunate at this pivotal moment. So I would love to see as many commissioners continue on in some capacity, or maybe their institutions can identify a new person to join in this next phase. I don't know what that looks like. I think there's a lot of possibilities, but mostly I don't want us to go silent.
Right, and likewise, I'm with you on that one. So again, continued conversation, and certainly happy to do that online, offline, wherever we can, to just think about, yeah, what that looks like, what that could look like. I do like the idea of reaching out to our various institutions that we represent, and seeing if there would be interest in a representative on the Maryland Lynching Memorial Project, right? If that's something that could happen, or some type of allegiance, alliance, collaboration, relationship. We'll say that. I think that would be a good way to, again, continue this particular iteration of this work in some form or fashion, again, particularly on the advocacy side. So good. I'm glad we're all thinking about that, because that's certainly something that I am mindful of as well. I don't want this to just end. Commissioner Creary, so yeah.
Yeah, it was just Professor Diverse's comment in the chat, and yes, establishing that institution was one of the top priorities. That was one of the first bills that I drafted and had ready to go for the session, until we realized, oh, we should have been doing this about this time last year. But anyway, I think that, yeah, we should hopefully, in the conversations with LBC as we're preparing for next session, we need to make that one of those top priorities, so that we can facilitate the implementation of all 84, or as many of those 84 recommendations as possible.
Yep, absolutely. Sounds good. Thank you. Any other thoughts at this time on that? So if not, then we can move to the final piece that I have on new business, and certainly if there's anything else we should discuss at this time. And I do want to acknowledge Commissioner Hughes. Commissioner Hughes, are you still on? I know she had to leave early.
Yep, I'm still here until noon.
I definitely want to make time. And actually, as a matter of fact, since you are here and you have about 10 minutes left, what you shared with me, if we could just bring that to the commission's attention. And I'm sure some of us already know, but I think that's a meaningful conversation to have with the time that we do have available. Would you be willing to provide some context, please?
Sure. I don't know a lot about it, but my understanding is that there is a lynching memorial that is being under development by a group of volunteers, and that's great. It's the location is Annapolis, but it's moving very quickly. And I'm sure there's a desire to move quickly, since this process has taken, a very long time. But I think there is some local concern in the Annapolis area that there needs to be time in this process to consult with the local community about the vision for this memorial that is under development. There would be, a call for artists to compete and so forth, to create the memorial. And so I think there's some communication now with the sponsors of the memorial to just slow down a bit, just to make sure there's an opportunity to consult with the local, the Black community, particularly in Annapolis, regarding the location and the vision for what this memorial may be. So that was something, I know that's why I'm hopping off this call to meet with the Maryland Public Art Commission, that would be potentially providing some support in terms of how you prepare a call for artists to put forward a proposal for something like this, and so forth. But I reached out to Chair Fakunli just to make mention of this, so that we're aware. On the one hand, it's great to have this memorial. On the other hand, we just want to make sure that everyone can be really excited and supportive of this effort, so that and they need to feel involved in the process in order to feel that way at the other end of it. So
thank you for that, Commissioner Hughes. I appreciate you. Commissioner Millen, I see your hand.
Yeah. Commissioner Hughes, thank you very much. And I will just name that this memorial was initiated from the Maryland Lynching Memorial Project several years ago. So I'm just going to name that. It's not a secret or anything. And I think it's important in those conversations about community participation, engagement, input, etc., is for Maryland Lynching Memorial Project very, very important. And we are making efforts to slow the process down. And I appreciate your assistance. And I had no idea that there was a meeting in 5 minutes that you are attending. I'm happy to talk to you offline if that would be helpful, you know, when the timing works. But I just at least wanted to commit that state out loud, Maryland Lynching Memorial Project does not want to rush this. We want to do, have the conversations and partner with, even if that means things are paused or relocated, etc.
Thank you for that, Commissioner Millen, and that's great to hear. Again, it's the thoughtfulness that I know is a core virtue for you and a core virtue for MLMP. So good, and we'll do what we can in our capacity to support that. So again, we know that this will happen far beyond the MLTRC's sunset. So even in our various capacities, just let us know. We're here. All right, that was easy. That was a good, nice, straightforward conversation. Good. See, I like us, guys. I like us. All right. Continue to be mindful of time. So I just wanted to remind everyone, as I put in our email about the representative from the MLTRC on the Maryland Reparations Commission. Thank you to those who offered your suggestions. And again, I think we can be very honest and open. So this doesn't have to be something you say out loud to me right now in this meeting. But again, if it is something that you are considering, that you'd like to be considered for, just let me know. If there, again, are people that you recommend for this representative role, just let me know. I can tell you I don't have any timeline. No one from the governor's office has reached out to me about giving them a name for the MLTRC representative. So I'll let you all know when I can let you all know, but I just want to be mindful that based on the law that will institute this commission, one of us must represent the MLTRC on that commission, which I think is a great thing. I want them to know they are carrying on our lineage. We want them to embrace our lineage, the work that we've done. And I think it would be helpful, those commissioners who are willing to almost be a subcommittee or a group of consultants of sorts for whoever is the official representative of the MLTRC on this reparations commission. And I say that to say that we have so many bases of knowledge, but just so many bases of experience from this particular work, 7 years of work. And for any one of us to have to remember all of that and try to bring the insights and wisdoms forward to help the reparations commission would be very unfair. So I would hope that any of you who are willing and available, so that the representative can reach out and say, hey, I'm thinking about this, I'm talking about that, to kind of be a brain trust of sorts. And perhaps, Commissioner Millen, that is something that we think about with the MLMP, to kind of have this brain trust for whoever the MLTRC rep on the reparations commission may be. But first and foremost, if you are interested, let me know. If you have recommendations, let me know. Any questions and thoughts on that? Commissioner Baker, I see your hand.
Hi, good afternoon. I sent this offline. Well, first I'll say thank you. I really love the idea of a brain trust going through MLMP, and I cannot command the acronyms as well as you. You do a great job so quickly. But I sent this offline, but I personally loved hearing from Commissioner Coles all of the legal parts of the work that we were doing. And so I recommended her, and I just wanted to say that out loud.
Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Any other thoughts? Any other questions, ponderings? Again, particularly about how we maintain that our depth of knowledge, our bases of knowledge, as we move forward. So even though the MLTRC will sunset, the story continues through this reparations commission, and I think we all understand it's going to be an interesting story that they have to write, even compared to what we had to do. So just keep that in mind. Again, it doesn't have to be any immediate answers right now, but just please share as you decide for yourself. Not just if you want to be the official representative, but if you would want to be a part of that brain trust. Both opportunities are there, so please feel free to share when you can. Commissioner Baker, you still have something else you want to share?
No, I'll lower my hand. Thank you.
Okay, just making sure. All right, any other new business? That was all I had on the agenda. Is there any other new business that we'd like to share at this time? Commissioner Davis, I see your hand.
I don't have new business, but I guess in the vein of the discussion around like who will represent us, like when do we vote on that?
So we've got 2 meetings left after this one.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that the May meeting, so that would be May 11th,
Okay.
that anyone who has expressed their interest, anyone who has been recommended, and then also just, I would say, confirming with those who have been recommended whether they want to be considered for the actual vote. That's another part too. I get it. This has been a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of energy. Commissioner Coles, I know why you're raising your hand. I know. So I do want people to be honest about their bandwidth to potentially undertake this capacity. And there's no right or wrong answer. There's only your truth. So Commissioner Coles, I see your hand.
Thank you for calling on me, and thank you, Commissioner Baker, so much for that vote of confidence. I really do appreciate it. Unfortunately, I do have to take myself out of the running for a commissioner spot, but I would be happy to be a part of the brain trust and the people that are consulted as the commission moves forward with its agenda. But thank you all for thinking of me in that role.
Absolutely. Thank you for your honesty and your openness, Commissioner Coles. I appreciate that. And again, brain trust is great place to be, and I'm glad that we're all buying into this idea of the brain trust. So that gives me hope. It makes me feel, not that it doesn't matter who's the representative, I don't want to put it that way, but if we know that whoever is voted for this role will have not just the support of the vote, but again that active consultation and reference from other commissioners, then I am fine with whoever gets that vote. So thank you for that, Commissioner Coles. Appreciate you. Any other thoughts? Any other questions? Any other new business that we want to include? All right, hearing none, seeing none. Any announcements at this time? Any announcements? Nobody's got anything going on. All right, Dr. Dupree Wilson, I see your hand. Commissioner Dupree Wilson, I see your hand.
Hello. Just a quick praise report, I guess you could call it. I did get promoted at work. I'm now associate professor of history.
That's what's up.
And today is my birthday. I turned 25 for the umpteenth time.
That's what's up. Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday too. Yes.
Happy birthday.
Your gift is going to be a very early meeting. I can already see that coming. So happy birthday.
Yay.
I think at 25, you could be taking off your parents' insurance.
Actually, it was 26.
Is it 26?
One more
Oh,
year.
well, you got to wait another year.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Any other announcements? I know it's hard to top the promotions on birthday. Anybody want to go above that? Anybody become president or something? No? Okay. All right. Well, if there are no other announcements, then I'm going to give you back a lot of time, and I'm not ashamed to say that. So thank you all. I appreciate you. Again, our next meeting is on May 11th. And so I do want to acknowledge the family of Keith Warren is with us for this meeting. And we will make space for them to share their story so that it is a part of our official record of the MLTRC. So again, thank you for joining us, and we will make space for you on May 11th to share that story and what we perhaps in our individual capacities can do to uplift that fight for justice. So, yep, no problem, no problem. Thank you for being here. And so with that, have a great day. Be safe, be smart, watch your mind, watch your spirit, and I'll see y'all in a month.
Thank you.
Take care.